Hello, this is Stockfather. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Good morning. It is Wednesday before the market. AMC looks like it's either pulled back to where it's going to pull back, or more likely going to come down. At least test this bottom, and then maybe more mid-range. You never know how long this B phase is going to last. I should probably put a B on there. Let's do that. B phase, you can't predict. In Wyckoff, they say don't trade in this area. I do all the time based off highs and lows, but not on AMC. I'm just saying in general. So, what do you gotta do this? Alright, so we completed A phase. We're in B phase. We don't know how long B phase will last, but it basically stays in this range before it ultimately comes up and collapses. It should have another sign of weakness, but AMC is one of those weird ones that sometimes doesn't. See if we got any questions. There ain't nobody in here. Everybody's probably like sleeping in, waiting for the markets to open. So that's why I see on AMC. And then, sorry about the background. That's my wife screaming. She does it all the time. She's Asian. So, as if that's. So on SPY, we're coming up to this resistance gap fill zone. This line probably should be up to 64-ish to stop. I kind of picture that today, even though it's down in the market. I mean, it could collapse here, but if it collapses here, it would be more of like a pullback to go up higher. Let's draw that out too. See if we can. So it would be like a pullback and then up to here, then rejection, and then no matter what we're looking at, it's going to come back down to this 22 line. Likely going to fill this gap fill, but not necessarily. And the weird thing about the breaking this line is going to be really who's in control. Is it a bear market or is it a bull market? That's when we'll find out. So we got, I don't know if it's going to be just one more day or 2 more days. They drop it Friday. They might push up today and sell into something. Sell into the bull rush, or they might pull back. If they pull back, then I would expect after the pullback that, which they're pulling back pretty far already. Pullback, I picture that they'll use that like as a momentum, kind of like swing up. They haven't started selling big volumes yet, so and they don't necessarily have to sell it all. Anything higher than this is money making for them, so they could sell hard on the way down, pushing it down. Hope that makes sense. And yeah, let's see if we got any questions. No? Okay. Alright, so it's already down $3 pre-market. Let's see what that looks like. It might get back up there before the session starts. It's kind of still in that channel. I don't know if it'll break down or not. I mean, it would just be a temporary breakdown anyway if it does come down. This still needs to get up here, I think. It may not need to get up there if their ultimate goal is for it to be a bull market. But I don't know how they do the below gap fill without it becoming a bear market. I can't. Oh, let me look at it. See what where was it? Right here? Is that a gap fill there? No. The gap fill's here. So how do you get down to 514-ish area and not be? So let's see, could it went down that far? Okay, so we would come down. Yeah, I mean technically it could do that. That doesn't seem completely out of the question, although that's awful deep. What I picture more likely is that it's going to come up, fill this gap, and when it fills the gap, that it will probably, fight in this area, the 56 area. I mean 566 area, like this for the day, and then tomorrow start pushing down, and then like a total meltdown back down to here, and then down here, and then all time lows sideways like this, yeah. And then be in a bearish condition, probably would find resistance off this path here, but that's getting a little bit too far ahead where you can't tell it. It could like just come back down to this area and then kind of do more sideways action. There's like so many variables right now, but the thing I'm most certain of, and of course nothing's for sure, is that it will come up and test this resistance and then break down. I mean, it could just break down right now, but like I said, I think that would just be a temporary breakdown, and it wouldn't drop all the way down, maybe giving bulls false hope. Could even do it like at the beginning of the day, come down. There might be some liquidity that they didn't check in one of these areas well, even though I think they did, but you never know. Still dropping pre-market. I mean, it looks like a lot on the thing, but if you can see, it's still kind of in that channel. I mean, they didn't get the gap fill, right? Let's go to regular trading hours to see where the gap was. Sorry. The gap was all the way up here. Looks like it's just down here because that's the biggest point, but if you see this part right here went up, and then that's when overnight it dropped down to here, so it's technically up here. A little oversight on my part. It's kind of hard to, it was kind of hard to see. So yeah, but like I said, they usually like to go a little bit over it and then come down, but then again, this point, I wouldn't be completely shocked if they do a pullback and then they go up to hit it. Maybe they're expecting some news today or something. Anyway, back to AMC. Alright. And I'm going to try to keep up this Monday, Wednesday thing for the foreseeable future. So, don't know when. Hey, Alex, how's it going? I think AMC it looks like it's likely to start where it ended, but I believe they're going to pull down just a little bit more. And the way this is kind of forming, I don't know, up thrust. This is kind of a very wide pattern for AMC normally. It could totally collapse here. It could actually totally collapse. Let's do what that would look like. So this morning it would come down past this to it like this. I guess that wouldn't be a total collapse. It's almost like it would be like this area over here, and then it would probably turn around. But then again, it might not. Yeah, it might not hold. So I could just do this. That way, it's a little bit alternate of what we're watching for. But either way, oh, that would make sense. Going into earnings. Although I keep thinking they want to be higher for earnings so they can sell into retail. Maybe they get some exciting earnings thing, or maybe they're thinking that they're going to have poor earnings and then they'll push it up at that point. But we're quite a ways off from the 175. I don't know. Yeah. I got too many lines on my map. I don't know how Booksy ever tracks any of his stuff. Okay, see if we got any questions this morning. I was planning on doing this a little bit later in the day, but I have a new hot water heater coming in this morning, so I wanted to get this out of the way. I don't know how long that's going to take. And, yeah, I wanted to cover both AMC and SPY. Maybe we'll look at GME too, because I know some people like that. Yeah, this is starting to look like a distribution top. The way I kind of like look at, you know, like, you have this, well, if it can overcome, if it can, anyway, so kind of look at it like you have this channel going. It's pretty obvious they have a channel. We don't even have to draw too much, but I'm just going to do it because, so you got the channel on GME going up, and then of course you can see we're in a sideways channel and on it. And this could be either bullish or bearish, but it depends on, you know, the volume that's here. See, head your preliminary supply. Was it there or here though? Preliminary supply. That wouldn't be too bad. except it should have broke through here. So the fact that it didn't break through here means they're probably coming back to at least test this 25. That would be my assumption. They're coming back to test this. How would they do that? Would be 1, 2. Now if they test this and it doesn't hold, then it would be a continuation down. See if they have anything similar in the past, like this. Yeah, very similar. See how at the end they went above, and this is where it should have broke out, but it didn't, so it came crashing down. Come back over here. This one went above, not counting this up thrust here. It went above these highs, but it still couldn't break through, and now it's coming down. Okay. Might sound like nonsense almost, but then is this still coming down? It's still coming down this morning, so we might get pullback. How far would the pullback be? This would be interesting. There's a guy named Trey that I missed talking to. He was a good guy. He was really good doing the fibs. I am not as good on the other hand. There was another guy who used to do AMC, and he did all the let's get that ad out here. He did all the fibs for him. So a retracement would be back to 539-ish. This isn't something I usually use, but it's pretty handy for pullbacks. 540, 535, somewhere around there. Could it completely break down? Yes, but I don't see them not filling the gap here. Of course, if their idea is to come down here, fill the lower gap, which maybe is just here. Is it just here? It's just here. Fill this lower gap. Then push higher. Problem is, it's just the same as the GME thing. You have these previously set highs, and it's broke above that. Now it's, can it hold it or not? It's likely it's not going to hold it, and it's going to come down. But yeah, so something like this. Yeah, that looks about right to me. The fact that it's already down to 550 is pretty wild. That's a pretty big drop. Just this morning too. Let's see what it. Yeah, they might push down, and I don't know. It's been like an earnings month, so I don't know who's all doing earnings. Good morning, Joe. I believe so. Yes, and I decided that as long as AMC pays, or not AMC, as long as public pays off for me, or as long as SPY pays off before we get there on AMC, that I will acquire shares on public of AMC, and then like I don't know, figure out how I can share that information. I'm not really that familiar with public. I'm testing it out right now to try to figure it out. This one wouldn't do that, so it probably would only make it down this deep. These ones, on the other hand, probably almost looks natural, but the breakdown might happen, so I can use this. Is that right on the earnings? As a catalyst, it's a little before earnings, so this channel, the mid-channel part, kind of like this did, kind of like come down and stomp out. So I don't know if I'll be able to get in time. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm playing. I'm waiting for that personally to jump in. Yeah, anything's possible. But the problem is we're in this channel going down, and usually a UTAD just comes to the top of the channel a little above, and it only goes a little above and it sells off. So the way that Booksy was seeing these is they look like cat ears. See how you got one ear and then you got the other one. I think he drew the preliminary supply as a or the buying climax going into the preliminary supply as a little paw going up, and then he drew the ear and then the head and then the next ear, and then of course it finishes the ear and drops down. So I mean, it's possible, but it'd be a really weird looking ear, right? if you keep the cat thing in your mind. Now, this B phase that we're in doesn't need to. I mean, it could go on for, you know, it could go on all the way here. I drew this up just the way I was kind of seeing it happening at the time, so we'll have to see if when we go into C phase, and C phase would be a break of, C phase would start with a break of 265, which, you know, I guess at 267 we're not that far off from 2 cents. 3 cents to break it, I guess. And that probably put us in C phase. And you can just Google a chart of it. I used to pull the charts up all the time. I just got worn out of doing that. But you can Google a Wyckoff distribution schematic. They have A or B. I think this would be, well, you probably want to look at both of them. One of them shows like a cat ear cutoff with a cutoff ear, and the other one shows a full cat ear. So, yeah. So yeah, I definitely recommend looking at the Wyckoff schematics. But yeah, 4 is possible. It's just highly unlikely, and that's where you want to. I mean, no one gets everything right. You know, I may be way off on this. I know that looks like I've predicted the future, but it was just the basic pattern that that, you know, they always do, like all stocks. Then we go to, I don't know what to even look at now. I guess I'm just done unless somebody's got some questions. You know, I was going to like look at some random stuff, but yeah. Looks like nobody has any questions. That's fine. Well, yeah. I don't know if you want to screenshot this or whatever and use it today, but yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, I think after this next move, we should be seeing a reversal for AMC. Reversal to the downside and SPY, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see about SPY. But anyway, on that, I will catch you on the